When you go to a baseball game, it's great fun to keep track of what happens. Betsy's Day at the Game shows you how to do that. Each position has a number. Pitcher is number 1, catcher is number 2, first base is number 3, for example. And it's easier to write numbers in the score sheet than it is to write shortstop or left fielder. Let's take a look at what that looks like. This is a score sheet, one that you find in the book. On the left-hand side, you're going to put the name of the player and the position number. So if player's first base, you're going to put a 3, for example, 6 for shortstop. Each one of these squares represents an at-bat. Let's take a look at one of these at-bats up close. We're going to assume that the batter hits a double, but there are 4 pitches that get thrown. The first pitch is low and away. That's called a ball. It's outside. Second pitch, same thing. Third pitch is a screaming fastball right down the middle, but the batter misses. So now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. The fourth pitch, he's ready, and he whacks it way out in the outfield between left and center, all the way to the fence. He runs like crazy down to first base, and he turns and he runs to second, and he stops. By then they've thrown the ball back in, and he stays there. We don't know what happens to him. Maybe the batter after him hits him over to third, or maybe drives him home, in which case he'd score a run. We could fill in the square.
Once you have the batting order written down, your job is going to notate what happens to every batter and runner. That is really all you need to do if you are doing this for the first time. If the batter strikes out, you write down a K or a backwards K. A backwards K is only if the batter did not swing on the last strike. If he swings and misses, it's a normal K. If the batter gets a single, circle the 1B or write down 1B in the square. Then draw a solid line from home to first base. If the next batter is thrown out at first, just write a 1 and circle it. That's the first out. You write the number out and circle it on each batter's square as the outs are made. Do not worry about notating how the out was made, just show who got out. If that runner on first made it to second base, simply continue the solid line showing how far he advanced. This you do for all runners. When a runner has reached home, shade in the whole diamond so it's easy to see how many runs scored. In our sample, the third batter hit a double, which advanced the first batter to home. Our fourth batter struck out swinging and made the second out. The fifth batter was walked, leaving a runner on first and second. Finally, while our sixth batter is up to bat, the runner on second tries to steal and is thrown out. We put the third out on the runner who is thrown out. If there is a batter still up to bat while the third out is made on another runner, that batter will have to come up to bat first in the next inning. This is very important for you to know, as you are the only one on your team that will catch the opposing team sending the wrong player to the plate, and you must alert your team's manager if you think this happened. Once there are 3 outs, make a dark line and scribble out all of the rest of the batters for that inning. If you don't, you will start scoring the next time up to bat on the wrong inning. Start this team's next inning here.
What I suggest you do is you pause the video now and record those names. Okay, and we're ready to start the next part of our video. Our lesson, sorry. Our first thing is we're going to start recording some plays. So our Mr. Smith is up to bat. Gets a strike. So we mark that. He gets a ball. So we mark that. He gets another strike. He gets another ball. And then he hits it and gets to first base. So that's a single, and we mark it by circling the 1B. You also have the option of indicating where he hit it to, which I did in mine. That is not required, and if you find it confusing, don't do it. Single, first base. Now Mr. Lawson comes up to bat. So Mr. Lawson, not such a good go for him. He got 3 strikes. Notice I marked 2 in the box and then put a K. K means strikeout. Next up, Henry D. He gets a strike. He gets a ball. He gets another ball. And then during that time period, Mr. Smith decides to steal second base. So he steals second base. We mark that with an SB. So you guys all mark that on yours. SB, stolen base. Then our man Henry D still needs to hit. He gets another ball. Oh, he's walked. So we put a W for walked. Next person up is Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones gets a strike, a ball, and he hits it. Notice I marked where he hit it to, but that's not required. Mr. Henry D has to run to second base because he's a player heading for first. When he heads to second base, he gets out. They tag him out on second. He's our second out. I forgot to mark our first out, so I'm going to mark that now. You mark outs with a number that they were out in and a circle around it. Then Mr. Jones tries to make it to first, doesn't make it, he's thrown out, he is our third out. And as I said, let's not panic, so this is a double play. I also wanted to note one more thing, just as a reminder, we showed it in the other thing. When you make a home, once a person scores a run, we color in the diamond, we make sure the line is drawn all around the diamond and we color it in. That way, if we need to know what the score is, we can always double check to make sure we have it written down right by counting the black diamonds. So, and that is all. Like I said, have fun at the game.